Hello, this is Doreen Pinkerton with Reaching Out, Doreen Pinkerton Production. I just wanted to say thank you for coming to the Akademia Music Awards website and being willing to take a look at some of the awards I've won through the years and also albums I've made. I've made probably 40 albums at this point. Some are compilations and some are all new mixes, some are all new songs. It's been a journey. I've been a part of Akademia music for, I would say it will be 10 years soon, and I've really enjoyed it. The last award I got, I thought you might like to know that, was their Hall of Fame award. Let me show it to you real quick here. There you go. And here's some others. Outstanding Legacy Award. Can you see these? Americana Award, 21 Artist of the Year for Americana Music, and Vision Award in 2020. That's when I was getting going. I think I got here's another one, an Editor's Choice Award. I've won album awards and I've won song awards. I've won country and Americana. My songs have made it to #1 on some of their charts, different months. I couldn't buy all their awards, but I sure bought a bunch through the years. And here's an example of an album that I made and my disc. And I did the graphics on my albums. I work with an engineer friend of mine on most of them. And together we were able to get these done. Here's back in 2019. I made this album with Akademia Music as far as putting a compilation together of songs that had won. I have a few more, 2 more to do, or 3. And here's some other albums. This is the very first album I ever made, Show Me the Way, Free Indeed. These aren't probably online anymore, but you can hear these songs in the One Hope album series. There's 3, One Hope, One Hope 1, One Hope, One Hope, One Hope 2, and One Hope 3. And then this was a fun album, Chandelier. I enjoyed that. I used to sing that at a bunch of festivals around here. I'd make bands for. I think that's enough of that. I also wanted to show you that I am a nurse by profession, and I went back to ministry school as well. And here's some albums that I worked as a producing with and partnering with Route 66 with Diamond Garden Music, and would submit songs there. Made a few albums with them as well as my own, on my own. Let's see, there's a festival picture. There's a lot more, but I did praise and worship ministry for a really long time through my life, and I was a solo artist. I used to travel with my family when I was young. My dad was a bivocational minister, and he was in construction and business, so I just wanted to share that with you. These are some albums I did. Be Still. That was one for medical reasons, for people who were grieving and needed peaceful or music to kind of help them through that journey. I'm from Long Island, New York, so I have lots of pictures of the Fire Island Lighthouse in Montauk Point. And here's a couple pictures I got in Port Jeff. I keep them in my office too. I do have a bed. We have a bed in here because I found that when I decide to record quickly things, it really absorbs the sound. I couldn't put up those pads on the wall, so that's what I used. Let's see. I've worked with children and was a home educator for a really long time. Probably 25 years I had my school open, and then I also helped other homeschoolers with tutoring science. I taught science labs for a really long time and coordinated cooperative programs for the county using my church at the time as well, Wilkesboro Baptist, and hosting those through the years. I did that. I enjoyed working with Celebration Church and still do for home education, helping in little ways now in the bands and playing my flute in there, and trying to help with singing or to help people with performance, because I think with a lifetime of experience of singing, and I remember my mother putting me up on the stage when I was a very little girl in churches. That's how I started. They both were singers, and my dad's father was a professional accordion player and had made a band when he was young. My mother played her guitar and sang in a band, so I played my guitar and sang in bands and made bands. And then I found through life, since I grew up singing with my sister, I actually enjoyed the smaller bands and smaller groups better, because I think it reminds me as I got older of when I was younger and helping my dad as we traveled, and he was dean of a Bible camp, so he would always have me up there doing the praise and worship with my sister. Also growing up in the churches, we would play our instruments with the choir and bands well, they didn't really have bands then. But we had musicians, so whatever you played, it was the Assembly of God Church. Our pastor would, Pastor Cook, he would let us sit on the side, and we learned to play by ear. We could also read music. And then my mother always had us in music lessons. I think that's so important for people, you know, the piano, the guitar. You don't have to be a pro, but playing enough that you can create your music, write your music, and perform with your music is important, you know. At least for me it was. I think that about sums it up. I did want to say the purpose and the reason I write is to glorify God. I am a born-again Christian, and I'm proud to say it. I'm an American, and both my parents, their heritage is from Norway. They're from Norway, the southern part, so I have Norwegian culture in my music as well. Let's see, a couple of songs I just wrote that are I haven't had professionally produced, but they are written, and I've enjoyed doing them, are Coat of Many Colors. It's a song I wrote that has a comparison in it without you actually knowing maybe exactly who I'm talking about, but it came from my heart. There's a few others. I like to write love songs. There's one called Meet Me in the Middle that I think is a good one at this phase of life. We all have to learn how to work together. It gets easier as you get older in a marriage, that's for sure. You know each other inside out. Let's see if there's any last thing. Oh, another song I wrote recently is Christmas Miracle. I hope you like that one. It's about the Savior. And I do think that from the praise and worship ministry, I'll always have those songs that bring glory and honor to God in my music. But I enjoy gospel. I've always been a gospel singer too. You can find me on Reverb Nation, Doreen Pinkerton Music, reverbnation.com, Doreen Pinkerton Music. You can find me on there. I put up like samples and demos and some other professional songs on there. I've done that for much longer than this organization. And I found most of you online, including Akademia, and I haven't been able to come out to California for the awards due to various commitments, but I have to tell you, I enjoy watching the videos, and I thank you for my awards. The awards aren't, you know, anything I want to like say, hey guys, come on over and see what I did, because really, most of it I just put in a folder in my book, but I did this more for me, because as I got older, I started doubting myself, like, should I even keep doing this? Does it matter in the world? Does anyone need this, what I feel in my heart to share with families? And when I looked up and I said a prayer to God, I said, what is my purpose? I realized that we do live a purpose-driven life, and writing the songs in your heart and sharing the message you feel God gave you, and also sharing from your life experiences, the good and the bad, but remembering that what you're doing is trying to bring joy into other people's lives. I think that kept me focused in the area of music. And as far as production goes, I have a little studio. I work on myself things. I partner with other musicians. I have some friends online that I do music with. John Heinrich, Billy Anderson, Eugene Moles. We work together, and John and I pretty much can do that kind of work together, as well as Eric Zanetis over there at Diamond Garden. And then on my own, I also make some songs on my own and add all my own stuff and enjoy those. And I put them up once in a while. I'm a little more self-conscious about those because it's all me, but I've always enjoyed working with other people. But the older I get, the more I enjoy having solely my own creations too. But you know, my demos, one day I'll put them all up, and whether they're great or not great, whatever, I think it's something I want to leave the world when I get older. But right now, enjoy a mix. Whatever you hear online, you can ask Alexa to play songs by Doreen Pinkerton, and she will for a couple hours for you. Thank you so much for your time. I just want to say thank you to this organization for the inspiration, encouragement you gave me and continue to give me through the years. I know we're all changing and evolving in the way we do things in the world of 2024, entering 2025, but I will continue to put out songs to the world. I have about, let's see, 27, 45. I have about 45 songs that I'm finishing that will keep me busy all year. And I have about another 35 that are in production with a friend of mine, and I'll be working on them along with my other two friends. And then I have about 10 more with another organization. So over the next decade, I hope to put out a lot of good music still, and you can find my songs on iTunes and Spotify and Reverb Nation. And with the Akademia Music Awards, they have a new page I see. I don't know everything about it yet, but I'm trying to make this video for it. So I hope it helps you. Thank you so much for your time. I am a mother of 4 children. Again, my name's Doreen Pinkerton. I was Doreen Christensen. So I have sites that might say Doreen Christensen Pinkerton because a lot of people identify with that Scandinavian heritage. And then Doreen Pinkerton for most of my professional music online. And I have 4 grown children. 3 are married. They live, 2 live close, 2 live far. I have a couple of grandchildren now. I have a daughter who has I have a son and daughter-in-law who have 2 children, and I have a boy and girl, and I have another son and his wife who have a beautiful girl, and we have a little baby that's on the way, and that's all I want to say about that. And I hope I have many more in the future, and to pass the legacy on, and hopefully some of them are showing promising signs of wanting to write songs or enjoying the love of music, and that brings me much joy, as well as the love of science and nature and God. Thank you for your time, and I pray that this is the best year yet that's coming. And as we come together as a nation, as we come together and put our differences aside to make the world a better place, and to preserve the world we have, and to love the world we have and the people in it, by giving of ourselves, I think that we will be able to make a difference in this world during our lifetime. Thank you for all you do and for the vision you've had. Have a wonderful day. This is Doreen Pinkerton with Reaching Out and Doreen Pinkerton Production.